In this video, we are given p of x equals to x cubed plus ax squared plus bx minus 10, and we are also told that 2i plus 1 is a 0, right, of p of x. So I just included other terms that they can use. Sometimes they'll say it's a solution, sometimes they'll say it's a root. All those three means the same thing, right? Sharp. So they are asking us to find the value of a and b, if this is the case. Okay. So we know that, okay, x equals to 1 plus 2i is a root. I just rewrote this. I prefer my imaginary part to be on the right, ne? And the real part to be on the left. Because remember, a complex number z, we write it in form of a plus bi, right? So I always prefer to write it that way. Awesome. So, and I know that if this is the root, the second root will be, so I'll say and x equals to 1 minus 2i, right? The second root will be the conjugate of this one. And the conjugate of this, you just change the sign on the imaginary part. So it was a plus, now it becomes a minus. So those are our two solutions, or two roots, or two zeros, right, of p of x. Now there's this important formula that you need to know, that a zero of a function can be represented in this way. We can say x squared, then it's going to be minus the sum of roots, and then times x, and then we're going to have plus product of roots, ne? Product of roots. Okay, so this is the important formula to get the quadratic equation, right? So now let's sum the roots and see. So the sum of roots, basically I need to add the first root and the second root. Sharp. So let's substitute. 0 equals to x squared minus sum of root is 1 plus 2i, which is the first root, plus 1 minus 2i, which is the second root, and then you have x. And then you're going to add with the product of the roots. So let me just create a space here. So the first root is 1 plus 2i. The second root is 1 minus 2i. Right? And then you have 0 is equals to x squared. If you check here, sorry about that. If you check here, this will cancel with that one. So you have 2 here, because 1 plus 1 is 2. So you're going to have negative 2, right? So we have negative 2x, right? And then plus, let's see what does the product give us. Ne? So the product of the roots is going to be 1 times 1, which is 1. I'm sure you can see that this is difference of 2 squares, ladies and gentlemen. Right? So we're going to have, okay, let me get my white color back. So we're going to have 1, and then this times that it's minus 4i squared. This is 1 minus 4. I squared, remember, is negative 1. So that gives me 5. Because it's going to be positive 4 plus 1. So it's 5. So here we have plus 5. Right. And then, now we have this, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just rewrite p of x here so that you see what we have. P of x equals to, let's go back up and check quickly, x cubed ax squared plus bx minus 10. Okay, so it's x cubed plus ax squared plus bx minus 10, right? But now we have one of the factors. This is the factor of p of x. So p of x will be, I know that, okay, it's a cubic function. That was a cube, sorry. So I know that, okay, I'm going to have two factors here, right? The linear factor will go there and the quadratic factor will go there. So my quadratic factor is x squared minus 2x plus 5. All right, and then my linear factor, we can find it easily. Check. You take the negative 10, you divide by the last one. So negative 10 divided by positive 5 will give you negative 2. You see it? So basically here you have negative 2. Why? It's because the last one here and the last one there gives you the last one on the expression. Right? And then you can take this and divide by the first one there. So x cubed divided by x squared, it's x. So there we have x. Right? And then we can see that this one and that one will give you this. Right? Now we can FOIL and see what is this in standard form. So we have p of x equals to, so the x will times all these terms here, right? So it's going to be x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x. Oh, sorry, x cubed minus 2x cubed minus 2x squared plus 5x. Then we need to do the same with minus 2. We'll multiply here, there, and there. So which gives us minus 2x squared plus 4x minus 10. Right. Then now let's see what does that give us. We have p of x is equals to x cubed. If you check, this and that are like terms, so you're gonna have minus 4x squared, right? If you check, this and that are like terms, that give us plus 9x minus 10, right? And then if we were to align this with what we are given, we have x cubed plus ax squared plus bx minus 10. You can see that this one is nicely aligned, that one is nicely aligned, right? Which means a must be minus 4 and b must be positive 9, right? And you can say therefore a equals to minus 4 and b equals to positive 9. Those are your two solutions, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Aluta continue.